Hello, my beautiful people. Happy Money Making Monday. Happy Money Making Monday. Y'all listen. I'm about to tell y'all how I quit my funky 9 to 5 job and created the best dream life ever. The best dream life ever. Now, if this is your first time tuning in, I want to introduce myself. My name is Paris Smith, and I was able to retire from my 9 to 5 at 24 years old, but through trading in the stock market. So the coolest thing is I was a complete beginner, and when I say I knew absolutely nothing about the stock market, I knew absolutely nothing about the stock market. And my first 6 months trading, I produced 6 figures in annual income. So not 6 figures in my account. I produced 6 figures in annual income. Do the math on that. What's that per month? Okay, put in the comments. But anyway, this strategy is like really unique and a lot of people don't know about it. Basically, you're trading once a week, and it takes not even 3 minutes to complete the trade. You can like trade using your phone while you're at work, on your break or whatever. You're not glued to your screen or nothing like that. It produces a residual income, so a reliable income. So when I say if you make it $1,000 this month, you will continue to make $1,000 every month, because it's like a form that you're filling out, and you press the same buttons every single week. But as long as you press the button every single week, you good. And it's really cool. I'll get into it in a little bit, but there's no charts, there's no day trading, nothing like that. We ain't got time for that, and that's not what we do. So if you're like, baby girl, I want to learn how to trade this strategy that's effortless income, I need to see you at my next free stock trading masterclass. I do have a free class that's coming up. It's coming up. Click the link in the description. Make sure you secure your seat, okay? Secure your seat as soon as you can. And just to let you know, once we're at capacity, no one else can join the class. So just make sure you go ahead and take care of that. But I'll see you there. But anyways, when I say living my dream life, I'm gonna just tell you what I mean by that. So one is I don't have to ever rely on my 9 to 5 again, which is amazing. That's the whole point of me going through this whole journey and leaving my job, is so that I don't have to depend on a 9 to 5. Like, my income comes in through the stock market, and of course I've branched out into other things like birthing businesses and getting into international real estate in Dubai. Listen, the Lord is good to me, okay? But the start was trading. And another thing is, now I'm not too bougie and all that stuff. If I ever had to get a job, if I ever had to humble and get a job, if anything happened, which by the grace of God, that will never happen, but because the Lord is just so good to me. But if I ever had to work a 9 to 5 again, best to believe I won't. Somebody need to go and hand me them heels and teach me how to twerk. Okay, let me continue. So another part of me living my amazing dream life, my mom. I actually was able to retire my mom 4 years in. So after I left my job, 4 years after, I was able to retire my mom. So when I say my mama chilling, she is 50 years old, living her best life because her daughter learned how to trade. Really, my mom was the one that told me to learn how to trade and to teach her. And she was like, it's going to get us out. It's going to get us out. It's going to get us out. And I was like, let me just try searching what the stock market is and just doing research, just diving in. Just start to dive in. And the thing is, I wasn't too optimistic, because I'm like, mama, you want me to learn how to trade? And I have a learning disability that you know about. She knew my struggles in school. She knew my E's and F's. Okay, that was my grades, E's and F's. That was my grade in school. And my mama told me to learn how to trade and to teach her so that this trading strategy can get us out. Fast forward, I'm going to tell y'all my game plan and how I did it. But fast forward, I ended up trading for her. I never taught her how to trade, by the way. I never taught my mom how to trade. Trade for her. Mama killing it, making $6K a month, doing real good, right? In the beginning, like the early stages, right? And then fast forward, like 3 years after that, my mom is fully retired, so she doesn't have to do a thing. She doesn't have to do it. I take care of all her bills. I told her, where your debt's at, I'm going to pay it. What else? What else? What else? I got you. So, and also, I have 2 other siblings, 2 other sisters. I have a twin sister and I have a younger sister. And my twin sister, she's in school. She will be the first doctor in our family, doctor of dental surgery. So she's in school. And I'm holding it down for her too, paying all her living expenses and then my own living expenses. So Big P, look, Big P holding it down. So when I say I'm living my dream life, it's not just for me. I'm giving back to my family. You hear me? But anyways, and then just having like a complete financial freedom. Having just financial freedom. And a part of that financial freedom is, of course, just with this trading strategy, I'm able to produce 3 streams, which is amazing. Y'all know how the Lord said in the Bible, you got to have 7 streams of income. Well, if you learn this trading strategy, you already got 3. And then your 9 to 5, that's full. So what comes from this trading strategy are those 3 separate streams that produce that effortless streams of income. Then I have, of course, after like all the income coming in from trading, where else is it going to go? It's going to go in the savings account. Am I going to keep reinvesting to making, a higher income? Let's start diversifying a little bit. So the first thing I did was I started branching out and starting businesses. And so I love business. It was so much fun. Still is fun. My first business that I started was an Airbnb business. And I had 6 units in the DMV area. If you're from the DMV, just go ahead and put DMV in the comments. But you got to put DMV. Like, you got to type it the way I said it. If you don't do that, don't comment. Okay, anyway. So I had 6 units in the DMV. And then, unfortunately, my beautiful Airbnb business went crashing down. Because they changed the laws in the area and they banned it. They didn't ban it in the area. So then I didn't have my Airbnb business. So I was like, okay, we back to square one. But I it's all about pivoting in businesses and stuff like that. And this was after I left my 9 to 5. I was 24. This was probably like the year after, I believe, when I got into Airbnb. It was in 2022. I left my job July 2nd, 2021. And then January 2022 was when I started my Airbnb business. Because I was like, we got to start diversifying, putting this money somewhere. You know what I mean? Making more monies. Yeah. So then that business went crash and burn. And it was just down bad. Okay. It was real bad for a little bit. But anyway, I eventually opened up more businesses. And that's how a lot of my income and all that amazingness comes in now. That's how I'm able to live a great dream life. But when I say the first thing I've done, like the catalyst of it all, the seed that was planted was trading. Started trading, left my job July 2nd, 2021. Reinvest. Then I was started to make 6 figures. Then I had a whole little system going. I was like, hold on now. If I keep reinvesting, my income would just keep going up. So that's what I did. I just stuck with the plan. I wasn't being too greedy. I wasn't blowing my money, spending money crazy or nothing like that. Paid off all my debts. So like my living expenses were really, really low. But anyways, and then you start investing into other things. And now I do international real estate. So that whole thing. But anyways, let me tell y'all my game plan. Now, the very first thing I had put on the game plan was to seek some type of knowledge. Because y'all know, first of all, this is what the Lord said. I ain't say this. The Lord said this. I didn't say this, okay? The Lord said, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. That's what he said. And so the first thing I did was went ahead and got me some knowledge. Yeah, I did. I had to. And y'all know I struggle with a learning disability. And y'all know that part was the hardest for your girl. When I say it was tough because I didn't know what stocks were. I didn't even know. I knew the word stock markets, but I didn't know what the stock market was. So I literally had to go from beginner, and like work my way up into learning how to trade. Like it was just a wild journey. It took a lot of faith, prayer, dedication, endurance. It took a lot of removing distractions. It took a lot of just studying any and everybody's strategy just to learn. It was a lot. Anyway, so I put this little game plan together, and I said, all right, we gotta lock in. We gotta start studying. So I went on YouTube and I started, I did a little research and stuff. It was a lot, because y'all know if y'all go on YouTube, it's a billion different strategies on how to trade. And most people talk about day trading, and I knew that wasn't my ministry. Day trading is not my ministry. You will not see me glued to no daggone computer screen, because it feels like a 9 to 5, first of all. And I'm not about to chase no indicators, crossing my fingers and my toes in hopes that I make a little shmoney. No, I like low risk. I like to know how much I'm making before I click the button. It don't matter if the stock go up, go down, stay the same. I know how much I'm making. That's what I like. So that's what I dove into. Now, although there's hundreds of ways to trade literally every single strategy, I still had to lock in and just understand the jargon and all of those things. So my biggest advice to you is to seek knowledge, okay? Seek knowledge. Then, what came with seeking the knowledge and all the things, I had to sacrifice a lot of things. I had to sacrifice when I say my relationships suffered, when I say like my friendships, all of that suffered. And because people were like, Paris, we're about to go here. You want to come with us? And I was like, nope. People calling me, texting me every single day. And when you young and stuff, you want to date a little bit. And baby, it wasn't working out. It wasn't working out. Because I was sacrificing, okay? I was studying the moment I woke up. I was studying the moment I would drive to work. At work, I was literally sneaking at work. I needed to leave my 9 to 5 because they was trying to kill me. I love my job, though. Love IT, and that's what I did. I loved it. I love my job. I just hate corporate America. You get me? Listen, when I work, I work. I am not afraid of working. But when it comes to like the thought of corporate America, the micromanaging, you can't do what you want, when you want, how you want. No, I got time for that. So it was just a lot of stuff like that, I ain't had time for it. So yeah, my relationships, it suffered real bad. But you got to sacrifice. If you really trying to learn, you got to sacrifice. And yeah, everybody talking about the latest TV show. Did you hear that new song? I didn't hear no song, okay? I'm listening to podcasts because I'm trying to learn stocks. Put my shades back on. When I say I ain't know nothing, when I say I was in my own little bubble for a little bit, you just got to make a decision. You got to go all in. Grind. Do you hear me or do you hear me? Y'all put some muscles in the chat. Put some muscles in the chat, okay? Now, make a decision that you are literally going to study and seek this knowledge and get a financial education. Go all in, right? Another thing that I did when it came to this whole knowledge thing, because I knew I needed to learn, and that was going to be the hardest part. I already knew. Like, after learning and stuff, yeah, you can go put up a plan, a trading plan together. With this strategy, you can do that. And I was aware of it. I knew, like, when it comes to following a plan and accomplishing a goal, baby, she is bad at that, okay? Give me a goal, she will accomplish it. That wasn't the problem. The problem was learning, okay? So anyway, y'all listen to me. Listen to me. When I first started learning how to trade, I said, oh man, I might have to go to New York City. Because y'all know trading, like, that's the heart. New York City is like the heart of the stock market, the exchanges, the trading floor. That's New York City. So I said, okay, I need to get to New York City. And I'm going to go by myself. Just to let y'all know, your girl suffered with anxiety real bad. I was stuck in the house for 2 years without leaving the house at all. Yeah, and me going to New York City by myself a few short years after I recently got out the house is wild. But that's faith. Put my shades back on. Anyways, I worked 10 hours on my feet in D.C. My job was in D.C. I leave my job in D.C. and I go to a restaurant to work another 8 hours. Literally 30 minutes away from my 9 to 5. I will go to a restaurant, get there at 5:30, leave at 2 o'clock in the morning, because the reason why I got the daggone restaurant job is because I needed the monies for my stock account. That was my third job. But anyway, because I need the monies for my stocks. And you ain't gonna get no, if you live in paycheck to paycheck, you gotta do something. And that was a part of my sacrifice. But let me continue. So after working on my feet for about 20, about 18, we'll say 18, about 17, 18 hours, right? 17, 18 hours. I will go to Union Station down the street from the restaurant with my bags and all. I would change my clothes at the restaurant after I cleaned the toilets. And I would take a little Uber at 2 o'clock in the morning to Union Station to line up and take the Greyhound mega bus. Y'all know how when you go take the Greyhound, they be like, Greyhound mega bus. I will never forget. And I was out there with them crackheads. I was scared. Homeless people. Listen, half the time, I wish I could pop up a picture right now and show y'all the police that be at the Greyhound station. Because, homeless people would jump on the bus and they had to call the police to get them off all the time. But anyway, I would sit there in line at 2 o'clock in the morning, didn't sleep, nothing. Then I would get on the bus and I would go to sleep on the bus from D.C. to New York City. Sleep on the Greyhound bus with strangers, with anxiety through the roof. I'm trying not to have a panic attack because I'm suffering with anxiety real bad. Confidence shot. But I got to learn, because my mama said it's going to get us out. Put my shades back on. And so I get to New York City in the middle of Times Square. I will walk my tail up to one of them classes that I did found online. I would take the class, and guess what I would do? I will take the Greyhound mega bus back home the same day. And I would sleep on the bus, get home, have my weekend is pretty much gone. Then I have to get ready for work and all of that stuff. And I would do it over and over and over and over again. Every single month, that was the plan. And that's what I did. And although I did not learn a lot, I did not learn a lot from like the teachers and stuff when I would go to these classes, but I did learn so much from the people that were in the class. It was a lot. It was a wealth of knowledge. It was a lot of older men and women in the class, and they were all telling me, Paris, you got to understand this. Paris, you got to get it. And they will drill the same information into my head every single time they saw me. And it was cool. I learned from the community. I didn't even learn from the teacher. That's why it is important to surround yourself around like-minded individuals. You all have a destination to get to. Why not get to that destination with a group of people? Then you have accountability and all of those things. You guys can motivate each other. All of those things. And so that's what I did. I said, I'm not going to learn nothing from this teacher, but I'm going to show up because I know I'll learn a lot from the people in the class. And although I look like a baby right now, 20 years old, I look like a whole baby. And I'm in a class with a lot of senior citizen Caucasians. Okay, I'm sorry. It was a few black folk, probably about 3. And I was the 4th. And everyone else was Caucasian and senior citizens. But all this to say, you need to sacrifice. I don't care if it don't look good right now. Yeah, I couldn't learn. I had a learning disability, but I didn't care because my belief in myself go crazy. My belief in myself go crazy. Okay. Now, anyway. All of that is a part of my whole sacrifice plan. That whole, what I just said was a part of seeking knowledge and like studying and giving it all that I had. And this is another thing. It is really all about having like the tremendous belief in yourself, but also like putting in the action and getting to work. So let me just tell y'all a little bit. Like when it came to my whole action plan, this was my action plan. I had to study. I had to practice trading, and I didn't have no money in my account or nothing like that. I also didn't know that you could paper trade, which is like using a what is it called? It's like a simulated type of tool that appears that you got money, but you paper trading. You don't got the money. You're not really making the profit, but you could practice. I didn't have that. I had just a regular broker account with no money in it, but I got to still press the buttons and I got to still see how much I could potentially make because I had the knowledge and I just wanted to practice, and I would write everything down. I would write down my whole entire trade every single week just so I can like understand the movement of the stock, understand how I'm making the income, understand what's going to happen if the market crash, what's going to happen if the stock runs up, what's going to happen if the stock does nothing. So that's what I did. So I studied, I practiced, I worshiped the Lord like a mug, like I was in warfare, because it kind of was. And then I prayed to the Lord every single day. Look, I utilized gratitude. I was thanking the Lord for my effortless streams. Now, actually, to be specific, my multiple streams of effortless income every single day before I went to work. And you just got to put a little action into it. Like, yeah, you got to get the knowledge and all that stuff, but you got to work on your mindset. And over here, I'm a believer, okay? I lean on to the Lord. That's what I'm going to do. And so you also got to, what the Lord said, he said, faith without work is dead. So you could faith it all. You can close your eyes and manifest to the universe all you want. But faith without work is dead. Okay, you got to put in that work. You got to put in that work. So when I say my game plan was those things that I just listed out, my game plan, then once I started practicing and doing all the things I just told you, then I put together a plan where I could literally write out my income goal. And with this trading strategy, you can do just that. If you want to make $1,000 a month, like I did my first month I did $1,000, $250 a week. The stock was AMD at the time, and if you want to look at the stock price of AMD, it was in 2020. It was February 2020. If you want to look at the chart or do research, and so that was my start. And I made $250 a week, $1,000 a month. and you could literally come up with an income plan by reinvesting and all of these things. You can use margin. That's OPM. Using margin. Listen, it's just, this strategy is so incredible. It really is incredible once you just understand how it works. And it's so easy. It's so easy. It's almost too good to be true. I hear that all the time, literally from my students. I hear from my family members. It's just like, it's, even when I first started trading the strategy, it's too good to be true. I felt like it's just too good. But anyways, coming up with an actual plan, income goal plan. If I do this, if I reinvest, if y'all don't get nothing else from this video, get this. Reinvest. Reinvesting is so powerful, period. When you reinvest, you grow your wealth. When you reinvest, you grow your income in the stock market world. So that was like another plan that I had put in place. And then, of course, picking up an extra job, which was my third job. I had my IT job, was my 9 to 5. And then I worked at a newspaper company, but it was from home. So I got to like finesse a little bit. And then my third job was working at a restaurant as a busser. So I was shining wine glasses, cleaning bathrooms, taking the plates to the kitchen all night. And that was that. So I needed the money for my stock account, though. That's how I grew my stock account. So when I say you need to lock in and have a season of sacrifice, that's what you need to do. Okay? That is what you need to do. And during that time of locking in and getting an education, like studying all that stuff, work on your mindset, I want you to just exclude yourself completely, because it's game plan time. It's time to work. Now, as long as you have a financial education, just know, you will never, ever, ever live in lack again. Okay, let me take my shades off and tell you one more time. As long as you have a financial education, you will never, ever live in lack again. You will never lack or live in lack again, because the stock market is so powerful. And then just what comes with the stock market, you can diversify into other things like real estate, birth a business you've always wanted to birth, because you have flexibility. You now have time freedom. You know what I mean? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Anyway, for my people who are interested in learning how to trade or learn how to trade the strategy, I am having a free stock trading masterclass coming up this week. Just click the link in the description and for the date and the time, and I'll see you there. You're gonna learn all about the strategy, what it is, how to do it, all the things you need to know, fundamental research, everything. I need to see you there. And with that being said, I got to go. I'll be back on here another time this week. I'll be back on here. But I had to rant, get that off my chest. You hear me? All right. I'll see y'all soon. Bye, y'all. Adios.